Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? You guys can hear me all right, right? Just making sure. Very, very interesting day, and I want to go over it all. Another Trump rally? Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, audio's good. That's good to hear. I'm currently in the airport. Look at this. Dude, look at how sunburnt I got today. I got so damn sunburned. Also, I've got like a farmer's... No! That's not good. Oh, God. No. This is so bad. I didn't realize the farmer's tan was that bad. What's up, everybody? We just got back from this rally. Yeah, I'm MAGA red. Whoa, chill out there. Not MAGA red. But yeah, so we just went to the Trump 100-day celebration rally in Warren, Michigan. I'm currently at the airport, but man, this rally was wild. I will say it was smaller than any other rally that I've been to, which is good for us. But also, my opening question for everybody was, what would you grade Trump's first 100 days? Like, what's your grade if you were a teacher? And everybody said A+. I think someone said A-, but the minus was because they wanted him to go after immigrants more. And I was like, dude, no. Yeah, is there a tariff on sunscreen? True. That's what it seems like. This is bad. That's brutal. It's not on the other arm, though. I think the other arm's fine. No, that's really bad. F-. Yeah. I would have expelled him. But yeah, so I want to go through some of the interactions. I'm only in the airport for like another hour, but I think it would be worth going through some of the interactions and I don't know, just okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with tariffs, because I asked every single person there about tariffs, and they badass R2, thank you. I asked every person there about tariffs, and they all said unanimously that they're excited, that they support the tariffs, which is wild. A lot of people didn't seem to have a fundamental understanding of like why they were in place or what the end goal is. That's the interesting thing. Every single person there had a different end goal. Let me read. Every single person there had a different reading of what Trump's end goal with tariffs was. So if one person wants to reshore manufacturing, one person wants to remove the income tax, and one person thinks it's a negotiation tactic, all of these things will collide to create a really inconsistent end result. And that end result is kind of Trump like rolling the die on our economy. This dude is gambling on the economy right now. And I remember saying, like, are you okay with Trump gambling on the economy when you admit you don't even know what his plan is? Some of them would say, we don't know what his plan is, but we have faith in him. And I'm like, you have faith in him? I don't get... You don't know what the plan is, but you're putting faith in one man, that he has a plan, and he's just gambling with the global economy, but he has a plan this entire time. It's insane. If you reshore manufacturing, the tariffs will be worthless. Yeah, Vincent Owen makes a good point. If you reshore the manufacturing, then there's nothing to get money off of for the income tax to be gone. So Trump says he wants no income tax, but also he wants manufacturing to be completely here. If we're not importing anything, what are we taxing? We're not even taxing anything. Now the thing is, a lot of people in this chat, I saw people say that's because they're like dumb, bad people. I actually disagree. Like, yeah, they're ignorant, but almost every single person I talked to at this rally was a nice, affable, normal human being. Now granted, I am a white dude. I'm a white male, so I 100% acknowledge that. But a lot of the Trump supporters are just like your aunt or your uncle or your coworker who's incredibly misled. Now, yes, are there some crazies? Of course. But the vast majority of people who vote to go to these rallies aren't like frothing at the mouth to like choke me out and like say, you libtard. No, it's more just like there was a really, really nice grandma there who was like, son, you're so burnt. Why are you so burnt? But if I would have asked that lady her views on immigration, it probably would have been odd. I met Mike Lindell again for the third time, and I got his phone number, which is really interesting. We met Mike Lindell for the third time. Cheers. Vodka lemonade in the airport. Jonestown members were nice too. Yeah, that's kind of my point. The Jonestown members were more victims than anything. No? Didn't Didn't Jim Jones intentionally prey on people who were in a very rough time in their life, or who were low on money, or who had just went through some trauma? That makes these people victims. Like, the people in Jonestown were victims. That's kind of what I'm saying here. Did Mike Lindell bring some pointed pillows to hand out? No. Mike Lindell was actually really nice and normal. Here's the thing, that dude knows when he's putting on an act for the camera. That dude knows when he's putting on an act. He knows when to play it up a little bit, I promise you. Jim Jones was the predator. That was my point. So I said that a lot of the Trump voters I talked to were nice, and someone said, well, Jonestown cult was nice too, and I said, yeah, that's the point. They're victims almost. They're victims of a not a predatory, yeah, predatory, but also like a dishonest, scheming, somehow charismatic person. My friend was like, you're gonna get a text from Mike Lindell tomorrow asking for $25. So bad. Jones could reach the inner workings and the needs of the people. Yeah, Jim Jones was really good at reading people, and from all accounts, I've heard that Trump in a one-on-one situation is good at reading and knowing what people need. It's interesting. You don't think of him as charismatic, or we don't, but apparently in a one-on-one, he's a charismatic dude. You need some sunscreen, water, and a security team. How about I sit in the sun more, I drink a vodka lemonade, and I openly tell you guys my location. Trump is not charismatic, trust me. Have you met? Come on, I don't trust you. I'm sorry, you've never met him. I haven't either, but I've heard. Is it really surprising that a billionaire who has spent his entire life mingling with other billionaire rich people knows how to talk to people behind the scenes? It's like, yeah, con man, that's the word I'm looking for. Me saying that Trump is charismatic is not me saying it's a good thing. Most malignant narcissists are pretty charismatic people. Many, many malignant narcissists will make you feel like the center of the planet for a bit. Quick question. How do we build our admittedly imaginary overnight factories without resources from everywhere else? That is a great question, and that touches on a few things. Number one, when you're reshoring manufacturing, if that's the actual goal, you need to leave a grace period. You need to leave a grace period of a few, I was going to say a few months. Oftentimes it takes a few years to rebuild these, to build manufacturing plants, to import the items, to hire people. But think about this as well. If you're a small business owner right now, you're going to need some sort of capital investment, some sort of outside investment if you want to rebuild manufacturing plants in America. But if you're looking for capital outside investment, nobody's going to want to invest right now. Literally nobody's going to want to invest when America is the most unpredictable economy on the planet. What if somebody invests in an American company and then the tariffs are gone tomorrow, or the tariffs are doubled tomorrow? What kind of capital investment is going to come to the US when we currently are the most unpredictable economy? Someone said Trump is not charismatic. My salt shaker fell. Someone said Trump is not charismatic. I don't think so either when I see him on stage, but you have to understand that malignant narcissists are charismatic in a one-on-one setting. By all accounts, people who are malignant narcissists, when you meet with them one-on-one, they make you feel like the center of the world. That's just how it is. But what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, capital investment coming into the United States in such an unpredictable time. It's just not something that's gonna happen. So there's so many problems with this. So many problems with the tariff plan. By the way, we are currently peaking at 8,000 people, is that right? Make sure everybody, you drop a like. We have 8,000 people watching, 1,000 likes on the stream. Make sure you all drop a like on the stream to help boost this. Okay, let's keep going down my MAGA interactions. Well, why don't I show you guys some pictures or videos? I have not shown you guys many of these. I thought this one was quite funny. Wait, let me send myself some of these photos. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so someone in chat said supposedly Hitler and Stalin were charming too. That's the point. None of this is a defense of these people. I'm just saying that malignant narcissists can be charismatic. That's the point here. Check out this clip. 1 second. Sorry. Deporting 4-year-olds with cancer. It's terrible. And people were defending that as well. What about this video is kind of funny. We were filming an interview, and this couple came up and said, can you please take a photo of us? And I'm such a nice person that I took a photo of these Trump supporters in front of a Trump 1 sign. Why am I such a nice person? I should have been like, no, I'm not going to take a photo of you in front of a Trump 1 sign. A white man, Adam. You really shouldn't forget the sunscreen. Lol, in all seriousness, thank you for what you do. It's important now more than ever. And Trump is only charismatic to people who don't think. Yeah. The trailer. Someone said that trailer is epic. It's epic if we all got hit in the head with a brick beforehand. You know what I mean? Like if I got smacked in the face with a brick repeatedly, this would be the coolest trailer ever. Adam got conned? What are you talking about? I didn't get conned. I'm just a nice person. A couple came up and said, can you please take a photo? And I said, sure. And don't get the wrong impression. We were there to debate. I just debated like 50 different Trump supporters. Like a very heated debate about Ukraine. About, yeah, this is an ambulance. This is a Trump ambulance. Is that not wild? Trump, save the US, ambulance. Yo, we just hit 10,000 watching. Or 10,000 watching. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. I love all of you. If you're just joining, I'm currently in the airport. I just got back from the Trump 100-day celebration rally in Warren, Michigan. Someone said, are you scared? Journalists like Jordan Klepper had security all around. No, I'm not really scared. Jordan Klepper needs security because he's a high-profile figure, but like I said, we're good at navigating the crowds. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We just got back from Trump's 100-day celebration rally, but can I remind you guys, there is nothing to celebrate whatsoever. Yeah. Okay, you guys want to hear a good text from my mom? My mom is a leadership coach, essentially, and she just said, these characteristics are separate and not correlated. You can be charismatic, but also be incompetent. You can be competent, but not charismatic. So a lot of people in chat, when I say that Trump has charisma in a one-on-one, they're like, no, he doesn't. He's so incompetent. These are completely separate traits. It's really important to distinguish and separate out characteristics, my mom says, to make sure that we're talking about things clearly. Otherwise, it's halo or horn bias. The horn bias is someone has a negative characteristic, so you assume everything is bad about them. Halo is someone has one good characteristic and you assume everything is great about them. That's what leadership assessment is all about. Okay, so that's like a nuanced take. You guys agree on the nuanced take? Someone said, I don't see it. I don't see it either, but you have to understand that malignant narcissists can be charismatic. That's part of the scheme, is being charismatic. Yeah, true. I'm currently sitting in the corner of this restaurant, which is really funny. But here's me taking photos. Okay, let me send myself some more photos and videos. Ooh, you guys will like this one. Hold up. 1 second. Charismatic con man. Yeah. 13,000 people watching live. That's amazing. How are you all doing today? One more time, we just got back from the Trump 100-day celebration rally to debate Trump supporters. I'm currently at the Detroit airport. And I think that, I don't know what they're celebrating. What is the point of the rally? Apparently to celebrate, but here's the thing. Someone said Ted Bundy was charismatic. How dare, are you saying Ted Bundy was a good person? Obviously not. You can separate characteristics out. Just because you're charismatic can also mean you're a terrible fucking human being. But yeah, here's the thing. We got back from the Trump 100-day celebration rally. I don't quite know what they're celebrating. I also don't know, would you guys consider this sunburn? Yes or no? Would you consider this sunburn? I don't think I wouldn't classify that as a sunburn. I would say I'm like a little charred. Yes, you are burnt. No, you guys. Thank you so much, Annalisa. Yes. Stop gaslighting me. Stop. Just wait. Someone said just wait. That's so true. This happened like an hour ago too. It's so bad. And it's also a farmer's stand. It's so bad. Adam, you're MAGA red. Alright, wait, I was about to show you guys a video. 1 second, sorry.
We're at Trump's 100-day celebration rally. They wanted to get Trump 2028 flags, but the tariffs were too high. I have been to over 40 different Trump rallies, and his 100-day celebration is easily the most empty rally I have ever seen. What are they celebrating? The tariffs are inflationary. Are they celebrating Pete Hegseth's signal leaks? Are they celebrating Canada being invaded? What the hell are these people celebrating?
My bad about the echo. My bad. Let me play it one more time. Also, notice how I wasn't sunburnt during this part. Sorry, I didn't realize it was echoing. Now you guys can hear it one more time.
We're at Trump's 100-day celebration rally. They wanted to get Trump 2028 flags, but the tariffs were too high apparently. I've been to over 40 different Trump rallies, and his 100-day celebration is easily the most empty rally I have ever seen. What are they celebrating? The tariffs are inflationary. Are they celebrating Pete Hegseth's signal leaks? Are they celebrating Canada being invaded? What the hell are these people celebrating?
Sorry, was that echo better? Or was the echo better? Adam, you're gonna need some aloe, bruh. I don't see it. I don't even think I'm burnt. I think you guys are just going mom mode. I don't even think I'm burnt. I'm still in the denial stage, basically. Okay, but you guys heard it that time. Let's see, I also have some other... When did this go up? This was like an hour ago. Also, notice how I was not yet sunburnt in this clip. In fact, I look really pale in this clip. I just went from being as pale as possible to being like MAGA red. But, wait, Pete Hegseth is also in Michigan right now? Oh, wait, I didn't realize Hegseth was in Michigan. Is he coming to the rally? He's speaking with Whitmer, too. I mean, it's her state. I mean, what... Yeah, so Trump is currently on his way to the rally that I just left. By the way, what is up, everybody? Thank you all for being here. Hell yes. We currently have 4,000 live. What is up, everybody? Trump equals Biden. At least you were not orange. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, I was just... Oh shit, I didn't even realize. Okay, let's continue. I know, dude, I need to go get sunscreen right now. I'm probably gonna get aloe right when I get back. But right here we have Pete Hegseth, currently like a few miles away from me in Michigan. Love the commentary, but don't think I can listen to the circus rally. We're not gonna listen to the rally, trust me. The rally is not even gonna start yet. All right, let's continue to go through these clips. Let's see, what's next? Oh, we saw Peter Doocy there. We saw Peter Doocy, we saw Mike Lindell. This was pretty cool. I was gonna try to interview Peter Doocy, but he was live. He was super busy, which I understand. Trump is currently right now at a military base about to start his rally in Warren, Michigan. I do find it pretty damn odd that he's holding a rally when he's not even running, unless he is running, which is even scarier. The whole circus is there. Yep, Mike Lindell, everybody was there. Everybody was there. Let's see what else happened while I was gone.
Well, I hadn't planned to speak, but I'm on behalf of all the military men and women who serve our country.
Did you talk to anyone who was there in the crowd? Yeah, that was the whole point. The whole point of the... So, okay, let me restart. We flew out to Michigan this morning. We went to the Trump rally with the sole intention of debating the Trump supporters. God, just for you guys, I'm making my burn worse so I can sit next to this charger port. I'm sitting in the sun. We went there, we debated them over and over and over. It was really, really fun. Also, it was really mind-boggling seeing the difference in reality. Like, these people all gave Trump an A+. They all gave him an A+ on his presidency. Where are the people of color in this group? I got some bad news for you. I got some bad news for you. Let's see what else there is. Also, if you missed it earlier, I did a live stream just a bit ago where we were interviewing people on the pro-democracy side, which is awesome. What other interactions do we have? I debated this one guy. So I debated this one mom, actually. Let's start here. I debated this one mom who said that her son has autism, and she was trying to connect it back to the vaccine. And it's kind of a hard thing to navigate because I'm debating her about her own lived experience. She said that that burn is settling in real nice, yeah. So I was talking to this mom, and she was essentially saying that her son has autism, and she thinks she can connect it directly back to the vaccine. So of course, I was trying to be a little bit careful with how I was wording it, but I was trying to describe to her that causation does not always equal correlation. That we've gotten way better at detecting autism to such an extent. Sorry, let me restart. We've gotten so much better at detecting autism that it almost seems like more and more people have autism, but in fact, we now know it's a spectrum. We now know that many, many more people can have it, even if you have subtler signs. So I was trying to explain the nuances of detection to her, and it was interesting. Someone said, why didn't you stay for the rally? I don't want to hear him talk. We got our content. I have to fly home and do some work later on tonight. Yeah. You can't use anecdotal, but also can't marginalize her experience. That was it, yeah. What am I supposed to be like, of course your son didn't get autism from the vaccine. No, of course I'm not gonna say that, but I was like, I understand why you feel that way, but you have to look at the broader statistics. You have to look at how much better we've gotten at detecting this stuff. I'm gonna post a debate, and by the way, by the end of it, she was essentially saying that she understands where I'm coming from, and she says she needs to look into it more. So I think that's a big win. The win isn't even trying to completely convert her from point A to point V, but to get her to admit that, yeah, maybe I should look into this a bit more. An hour worth of interviews for real? Hell yeah. Would you guys watch an hour worth of interviews if I posted them? We've got probably an hour worth of just footage. Me talking to people, trying to change their minds, failing to change their minds. But yeah, there's some interesting conversations that you have to maneuver around. All right, let's continue. Trump Michigan rally. I want to see if he's there yet. Like, what is his justification for this rally? I didn't even read into it. Get some aloe for the sunburn? I'm not even sunburned. If I were sunburnt, you guys would know. Trust me. Amazon. Whoa, wait, but this was a fake story? Ego boost? No, that wasn't. Amazon actually had no plans to break down the tariffs. Did you guys hear this story? The Trump admin this morning, the last I heard of the story, called Amazon a political, what was it, like a politically motivated actor or something like that. And then it turns out Amazon actually didn't have a plan. So the Trump admin attacked, they called it a hostile and political act. They didn't even, I hate this administration. I hate this administration so much. Yeah, someone said he's not sunburned, he's drunk. I'm neither. I'm neither. Okay, maybe I'm sunburned. I'm still in the denial stage of the sunburn. All right, let's continue. This administration is really dumb, yeah. Someone said, you're gonna get skin cancer? I don't think so. Okay, let's continue. Trump announced a new fighter jet just a bit ago. Why would a president who cannot be elected again hold a presidential rally? That's what I was kind of wondering. Though Trump has occasionally mentioned running for president again, he is constitutionally barred from seeking re-election in 2028, and the White House says he's just trolling. Still, it is not uncommon for second-term presidents to hold rallies to fire up their supporters, especially when they are marking 100 days in office. Are they going to provide any examples of this happening in the past? Was there an Obama 100-day rally? Thank you so much. I'll take the check as well. I appreciate that.
Is this garbage? I'll throw that away.
Yeah, thank you so much. There wasn't. What do you mean it's not uncommon for this to happen? Trump has undertaken relatively little domestic travel since returning to the White House, and it's mostly been for events like the Super Bowl and the Daytona 500. Fucking this guy. He loves the cameras. That makes his incoming address before thousands of supporters in Warren, Michigan stand out even more. There are also political implications for Trump's party, as Michigan will be important for Republicans in 2026. The GOP is trying to win a U.S. Senate seat in the state for the first time in decades and regain control. Trump shares a hug with Whitmer. What do you guys think of the Trump-Whitmer relationship before I get my opinion? Do you think... Okay, wait, don't answer. Yes or no? Say yes or no. Wait, let me... Here's my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's my question. Someone said it's bad, I hate the relationship. Is it okay for Democratic governors to meet with Trump to advocate for their constituents? Think about this, guys. Think about this before you actually type. Is it okay for Democratic governors to meet with Trump to advocate for their constituents? Before I give my answer, I want to hear what you guys say. I got you, Tom. And I'm going to clarify everything in just 1 second, but let me know. I'll clarify everything in just 1 second. Okay. Here's my take. I think it's okay for Democratic governors to meet with Trump to advocate for their constituents, but my phrasing is very broad there, and people can argue that that's not what Governor Gretchen Whitmer is doing. Because remember, Governor Whitmer visits White House. She took that one photo of her folder over her head. Now that might be different, but she was there to advocate for her constituents. So I would argue that it's their job. It should be normal protocol. Yes, it is their job. I think it's their job. Okay, so a lot of you guys have the same position that I do. That is, no, she is doing something different. Well, that's a different argument. So you're saying, yes, it's okay for her to meet with her constituents, but that's not what she's doing, is what you're arguing. He won't listen, why bother? I think the reason you bother is because as a governor, your job is to advocate for the people that voted for you, whether or not you like the person you're advocating to, whether or not he's listening, you go there and you do your job and you perform it. It's okay, yeah. Now, here's the thing. I've gotten into some arguments with some of my more liberal friends, and they say that Governor Gretchen Whitmer should never, under any circumstance, even interact with Trump. And I just find that to be slightly short-sighted. Do you need to hug him and say that he's like your best friend? No. But if you're a representative or a governor or a senator of any sort, you have constituents to represent. So, I mean... Thank you for the donation, Andre. No interaction whatsoever. That's a pretty crazy take. Someone in chat said no interaction. If you're asking for no interaction between the governor and the president, she wants to get on the MAGA train. No, that is a very uncharitable way of looking at what Governor Whitmer is doing. Governor Whitmer is not trying to get on the MAGA train. I think a more simple explanation is that she's in kind of a sticky position trying to advocate for her constituents. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, D. Gordon. Thank you so much for the memberships. This is a good way. It's okay if she does her job and meets with Trump, but she doesn't have to actually bow down while doing it. That's a good thing to do. Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting side conversation. I've gotten in a few arguments with my friends where they're like, no, Governor Whitmer should never, ever meet with Trump. And honestly, I think that works against us. You're saying she shouldn't go and represent her constituents? Yeah, I think it's more likely that Governor Whitmer is being nice. People in chat, or anyone that's saying she's going MAGA, I think that's a little bit of a dishonest way of looking at it.
His decision to impose all these tariffs, and you said, and you've just said again, you're willing to give the president more time to execute his tariff strategy. But is time running out? You know, a lot of your fellow Republicans in the House, they're very nervous looking ahead to the election that's coming up.
Well, because America is not doing well economically. You look at the bond market, for instance, and there's two big decisions coming up. One is, can we control the spending? We don't have a revenue problem, we have a spending problem. And the bond market doesn't lie. When
His decision to
This guy's approval rating, Lord have mercy. On the tariffs, it's 35%. Inflation, 35%. The economy, 39%. That was like his big thing. He's even underwater on immigration. How do you mess up that badly? Managing the federal government, 42%. Foreign affairs, 30. Dude. Here's where I would put it. Like, here's where I think his approval should be. If I'm gonna grant that there's gonna be a bunch of MAGA in the country, I'm granting that there's always gonna be a core fan base. For immigration, it should be. I mean, I agree that immigration is probably the one he's fucked up the least on, but he's still fucked up a lot. Okay, you can give him like a 30% on immigration. Well, I'm being charitable. Managing the federal government, 19%, which should approve of him. Foreign affairs, holy shit, dude. If we lived in a normal country, the foreign affairs would be 11%. And that 11% would be like the people who already are just pro-Russia anyways. Yeah, how can 39% approve of his foreign affairs? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Okay, so I say 11% should approve it. The economy? 11% is too high. No. I'm assuming that there's going to be like some pro-Russia people anyways. So like 11% is where it could be. The economy, if we're going to carry over from Biden's economy, it's still pretty solid, but he's messed it up a lot. Let me think about this. We're talking about the approval rating, not of how, like, I'd say 22%. No. 18%. Thank you. Now that's different than talking about tariffs. Inflation, I'd give him a 9%. On tariffs, he gets a 4%. And this is me being charitable, you guys. The only reason the economy is decently high is because we're still kind of piggybacking off of Biden's economy. We are still largely piggybacking off Biden's economy. How do you guys think about this is what his approval rating should be. 0% from me. Well, you're part of the 100%. Let's all just agree that he's a failure. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going through the numbers. But tariffs, 35%. Oh, the whole point is these numbers are still really high. These numbers are really, really high. Thank you so much. All right, to continue. Is America not great already? Yeah, true. All right, to continue. Oh my God, Pete Hexet said this morning, I proudly ended the Women, Peace, and Security program inside the Department of Defense. Wait a minute, he got fact-checked over it? He said, this morning I proudly ended the Women, Peace, and Security program inside the Department of Defense. It's another divisive social justice Biden initiative. He called it a Biden initiative. But then the fact check says, the Women, Peace, and Security Act was passed in 2017 during the first Trump admin and had significant Trump support. Oh, they keep doing this. When Elon Musk's community notes backfire terribly. I just read the program was Ivanka's idea. That could be true. Someone said that in chat. That could be true.
Well, here's the thing is, it's about emergencies. It's about whether we're going to run a country under emergencies. When the previous emergency with Canada and Mexico, they said, oh, it was fentanyl. I don't know, are they alleging that fentanyl is coming from Sweden or Finland or Monaco or, you know, it's emergency for 80 some odd countries, and through that emergency then they're instituting a
I just got a
tax,
call. I'm gonna
which
mute
is
this
a
for
tariff
1 second.
without the authority of Congress. So I have two objections. One is the emergency, and then there's the economic objection to tariffs. But primarily the debate really is over whether or not you're going to have the power of taxation originate in Congress. This is something, you know, the English fought against the king doing it. They fought for the supremacy of Parliament. And when our founding fathers did this, they said, oh, taxation and the power to destroy is such a power that we fear. We're only
Okay,
going to
guys,
put that
I'm going
in
to turn off the
Congress, and
stream.
we're
I'm
make
going to go
sure
fly
that
out
all
in like 20
taxes
minutes, charge my
start
stuff up.
in
I'll
the
see you in a
House
bit.
of
Thank you guys.
Representatives
Bye.
before they go to